and you will basically you'll see the crushers before you even get there. So there's no chance of you being able to wander in and doing exactly that. Thanks for the example, Noah.
Apparently, the sides of the crushers are also dangerous.
Yes.
I need to keep these because you're going to be using the
Aerial Faith Plate. Yeah, wait, what am I doing after this?
Well, you have to hit this.
The Aerial
So put
Faith
your
Plate.
portal there.
Oh, I see. Okay,
So that way when
I'm flinging myself to it. Got it. So once the next cycle of crushers go through, Noah will walk down, risking his life to stand in the middle of everything, and then he will raise up the block, light this up. I will wait till this hits max. I'll jump on in, hit the faith plate, go all the way forward, slam it open, and now everything's safe. He can come on through, and if it isn't, these will crush before he even gets here, and so that'll be that way he'll be able to see straight up exactly what's going on. Now, in my opinion, I'm a big fan of using the body here as a way to hit these puzzles. I think this is really stupidly creative. That's not how that works. There's probably like, here, let me open it up again. I'll open it up and you walk on through. I'm pretty certain there's a portable surface on the other side.
There is not.
Okay. Throw the cube through then. That's not a lot of time. Oh, duh. I remember what to do for this now. So this isn't a type of thing that was actually... Oh, come on. This wasn't something that was initially covered. This is something that we've learned, which is you can use blocks, or you put portals. You put portals down on blocks. A little closer there. You put portals underneath the blocks, and the blocks will move through the portal via gravity. And that's something we haven't been initially taught yet. But that was something that's kind of inferred. It's one of those small things that you get to be creative. And when we were talking about puzzle design last week, which, and I'll say basically, when you're designing a puzzle, the ultimate goal is to make a puzzle that's challenging enough that it engages the player, but it's not so challenging that they are turned off by it. It's extremely easy to make somebody feel really stupid doing a puzzle, and players don't like feeling stupid, and you don't want to make the player feel stupid in that sense because they can't solve it. You want them to feel stupid for not being able to easily recognize what the solution was. And that's what we call the aha moment. So you want all of these puzzles to have an aha moment where you're like, aha, that's exactly what we need to do. And that's what we had right there at the end when I had the block and the aerial faith plate hitting the button.
Look at that Z fighting.
I see no Z fighting.
What?
Dude, you're probably on a lower. You're probably on a different thing than I am. All right, so kind of running through our puzzle checklist. These slanted things right here, almost guarantee you someone's gonna be flung. There's a button standing on the side, so one of the things that we'll probably be doing is flinging ourselves into that button. There's a down arrow here. I'm not sure if that's going to be important or not. I don't remember.
Curtain.
Down arrow. We have a laser, so obviously we're going to be needing that. We cannot portal this surface. And these squares are usually like an indication that we'll be able to actually put... these are usually here to tell us how to put things, or where to put things. It's a bit of a cheat. Yep. So like here, we'll have a redirection cube that will hit for that one right there. And then this square will go here. It's a bit of an environmental assistant thing that you'll see some artists and level designers put in levels where you need to get like tricky positioning of things. That's what you'll have. You'll see things like this. So what have you been doing, Noah? What do we got to do? So there's the box catch that we did back on like what? Puzzle number 5 or something like that. Plus the fling that we've been doing the entire time. I don't see any aerial faith plates, so I don't know if there's one here. So I'm going to have to hold this. What does that activate? Oh, that slows down the that thing. So I'm going to have to fling myself through that. Unless you want to do it, and I'll just deactivate it.
No, you go ahead.
Wait for that to stop. And there we go. Boop. Got it. Alright, and there is a thing in here that I need to do. Oh, I know. There is a permanent fan shutdown button right here. So, hey Noah. Yeah, can you shine that over here, please? And probably like right over there. There we go. Ow. Boop. And then we'll do this. And we'll pop that right there. You did something. Did the fan shut down completely?
Yeah, the fan is shutting down.
Okay, and so you should just be able to fling yourself over, I believe. Because we have one last thing, which is these time switches, which is a bit of a callback to the very last puzzle that we did in the previous world. Yeah, I 3, 2, 1, go. I would like it to be known that I did it at the exact time that my partner did it. So, the countdown went down. I wish there was a way I could permanently keep on your view. Ah. That is... one of those was a Schrodinger equation. Just fun fact, I think. So that world was all about flinging. So when we move to the third world, we'll want to see what is going to be the primary mechanic that we're going to be taught. In this case, it's not going to be focusing on that. We're going to be focusing on the hard lights. Hello.
Hello.
So, the hard light bridges you'll see here are basically mobile platforms, and they're basically hard surfaces that we could technically spawn, but they pass through the portals. And that is, we can use that in rather creative ways. So here's what a hard light bridge is. If we hit a portal there, and then another one. Fine, no, I didn't. There, we can now basically create an infinitely long bridge for us that we can just walk over. Not really infinite, but one that we can use. Boy. And these are all creative ways to actually do things with what hard light bridges essentially are. And we learned if you played through the Portal 1 or Portal 2 single player, sorry, Portal 2 one player, you would learn kind of how all these things work and like what you need to do, and you would have figured out, hey, what I need to do is that right there. I need to stand on the bridge, fall down, use the bridge to catch myself, and then move forward. And then at the very end, you can just use portals. And since you needs to remind you, hey, you have 4 portals that you can use, not just 2. It reminds you that you need to actually use those 4 portals to build the bridge to go where you need to go. My guess is that I'm gonna have to catch you. Or
You go ahead. I already have it all set up.
You're gonna have to catch me. Alright, and then I have to fall and catch that, or come over and just put it right below, right there. Because then I should be able to catch that. Yep, that'll do. And then that drops the sphere. And then there's a sphere over here that we can use, so hold on. I made through! There we go. You'll have to crouch. Unless I do that. There we go. Alright, oh, hold on. Okay, go ahead. I'll catch you! Yeah. I forgot about that. Did that recreate the orb, or do we need to do that again?
There's one right here now.
Okay. So I need to stop you from hitting the surface on top of everything else. Okay. There we go. Wrong way. So now we're just starting to get really creative with what we're able to do with the hard light bridges.
You worked out with one good trait humans have yet. Let me give you a clue. It's the one thing you can't do.
Cook. I don't know how many people just saw that, but I just sprayed water all over my face because of my thing. Hello, cat. Are you waking up?
I thought going back to these old tests would satisfy you. But try as you might to fail this next test, you still won't be satisfied.
So for those of you who have any questions on level design, Portal 2 level design, how to get started in level design, absolutely feel free to ask questions. What do you need me to do?
I was going to put a portal there.
Got it. Put a portal there. I hate these crawls. This is less of a portal and just more of a cooperation type puzzle. Where now we are basically just cooperating with each other to figure out where you get portals placed and stuff like that. So it's not a very difficult puzzle, but it's also not necessarily straightforward on what needs to be done.
Did very well. The humans closed this test because they said it was too deadly. I thought they would have moved it into the testing track Hall of Fame for that. Not moved it to.
So next up here, the loading screens are a little bit more annoying on co-op, but they keep them rather help kind of keep them separated. All right, so the first 2 levels so far have been just reinforcing and using exactly what we need to do with hard light bridges. For this, we're now just going to continue on and figure out what more we need to do and other things that we can use for hard light bridges, even though how obvious they may or may not be. With this type of game, you can't necessarily assume right off that the user is going to have either played the original game or is going to have is either going to have played the original game or have any idea of what these mechanics are. So you still need to reintroduce them in a way that works. And since we're in a different type of setting too, which is co-op, you gotta go back through and reinforce them once again. Let me through. Alright, so somebody is gonna have to use Hard Light Bridge to stop and then catch me. So let's see. There we go. And boom, boom. There we go. So it's kind of a bit of a very kind of a, I consider that one a bit of a gimme puzzle. It's a little bit straightforward on what you need to do, but it still kind of tests you on something new. And it just helps you kind of after the puzzle that you had beforehand. It kind of just helps you reinforce what you learned, and it's also a bit of a little bit of a callback to earlier levels too, which as a level designer is okay with doing. That isn't recycling content. If you see a level that's a callback, and again, I keep working on Nintendo for doing this, but they do this a lot. Hello. Walk that way. Hello. And this takes us up, I just believe. Yep, there we go. So this is a hard light bridges they don't work just on 90-degree angles or orthogonal angles in this sense. They can work in both orthogonal and non-orthogonal situations, basically. And in this case, do I need to jump down? Is that what this is telling me? Oh, thank you. Yellow and then red. So in this, shoot.
Oh crap! You're gonna no.
Yep. You're coming down with me. So that's showing us that hard light bridges work at angles, not just up and down, left and right. And the other thing that this teaches, which might not necessarily be understood based on its name, is that hard light bridges work. You can shoot portals through hard light bridges, which was what that first one basically forced us to learn.
Yeah, screw having a partner there. Let's just do it that way.
Let's see, your dark blue one should go. No, walk through. No. Something has to go right there, basically, because we need to get up there because of the sign, which labels exactly where we need to go. Unless, hold on. There you go. Yeah. Smooth move, Joe. That worked out just right. Hold on. That puts us right back to where we were.